All right, are you ready to seriously level up your AI game? In this explainer, we are going to master the art of the AI prompt. We're going to turn you from just a casual user into an absolute power user who gets exactly what they want from AI every single time.
You know the feeling, right? We've all been there. You ask the AI for something, and what you get back is just generic, totally unhelpful, or sometimes it's just flat out wrong. It's super frustrating, but here's the good news. It's probably not the AI's fault. It's the prompts.
I mean, just look at the difference here. On the left, you've got that lazy prompt. It's vague, there's no direction, and the result? You're going to get a boring, generic essay. But on the right, that's a professional prompt. It assigns a role. It gives a specific task, a format, and even a source to reference. The quality of what you get back won't just be better, it's going to be in a completely different league. It's night and day.
So, the big question is, how do we get from lazy to professional? Well, it's not magic. It's more like a recipe. So let's break down the foundational formula for writing a perfect prompt. These 5 elements right here, these are your key ingredients for success. Your task has to be crystal clear. The context, well, that gives the AI a persona, a job to do. A reference can give it a style to copy or some data to work with. Then you evaluate what it gives you back, and this is the most important part. You iterate. You keep refining your request until it's absolutely perfect.
Let's just zoom in on context for a second, because this one is a huge game changer. You're not just giving the AI instructions anymore, you're giving it a job title, telling it who it is, like, say, a senior data analyst who has to explain things to people who aren't tech-savvy. That instantly changes the entire tone, style, and complexity of its response.
And that brings us to what is, without a doubt, the most crucial part of this whole process. Prompting isn't a one-off command. It's a conversation. Think of your first try as just the opening line. You have to look at what the AI gave you, figure out what's missing or what's wrong, and then adjust your prompt. Iteration, that back and forth, is where the real magic happens.
Okay, but what happens when that first output is just bad? You know, when it really misses the mark. Well, don't give up and walk away. It's time to open up the Troubleshooter's Toolkit and learn exactly how to fix a failing prompt. You've basically got 4 main tools at your disposal here. If the output is way too generic, you need to increase information, give it more detail. If the AI seems confused, try to simplify your sentences. If it's completely missing the point, you might need to rephrase your request from a totally new angle. And if it's just rambling on, you got to limit the scope, maybe with a strict word count.
You know, the power of a simple rephrase is actually incredible. Asking for a plan might just get you a really dry, boring, bulleted list, but asking the AI to tell a story about that same plan, that can unlock a much more creative, engaging, and honestly, a more persuasive way to present the exact same information.
And hey, here's a pro tip that will literally save you hours. When you finally craft a prompt that works perfectly, save it. A lot of AI tools actually have built-in features for this. Building your own personal library of your greatest hits means you never have to start from scratch ever again.
Okay, so we've nailed the basics for single requests. Now, let's blow this up into something much bigger. How do you turn the AI into your actual partner on complex, multi-step projects?
The secret is this really powerful technique called prompt chaining. The big mistake is asking the AI to write an entire business plan in one go. Don't do that. Instead, break it down. First, ask it to do the market research. Then, use that research to create an outline. Then, draft each section one by one. And finally, have it review the whole thing. See? Each step is a separate, manageable link in a chain.
And within those chains, you can even guide how the AI thinks. So, chain of thought prompting basically tells it to follow one single logical path step by step. That's great for straightforward tasks. But for more complex problems, tree of thought is unbelievably powerful. This is where you ask the AI to explore several different possibilities, different branches, and then select the best one. It gives you a much more robust and well-thought-out answer.
And if you ever get a result that just seems weird and you can't figure out why, use what's called meta-prompting. You just ask the AI, hey, explain your reasoning, or how did you arrive at this conclusion? It's basically like asking it to show its work, just like a math class, and it's the absolute best way to debug its logic.
You know, once you master these techniques, it leads to this massive shift in how you work with AI. We are really moving away from thinking of them as simple chatbots and towards a future of specialized, even autonomous AI assistants.
So you need to meet your new team. You're going to have simulation agents, which can act like a tough job interviewer or a skeptical investor, helping you practice your skills. And then you'll have task agents, which can actually connect to real-world tools to plan an entire trip for you, from booking the flights to making the itinerary.
And don't forget, your prompts don't have to be just text anymore. Modern AIs are multimodal. This means you can give them images, documents, audio files, even snippets of code to provide a much richer, more complete context for what you need done.
Now, with all of this incredible power comes a new level of responsibility. Your role is changing. You're evolving from someone who just asks questions to someone who actually directs a powerful tool. You are, in effect, becoming an AI manager. And every good manager needs a rulebook. These 3 rules are completely non-negotiable. First, you are the final fact-checker. You have to verify the output for errors or what we call hallucinations. Second, you're in charge of quality control, making sure the output is objective and right for your needs. And third, and this is the big one, never, ever, ever upload sensitive, personal, or company data into a public AI model.
So what is a hallucination exactly? Well, it's when the AI confidently states something that is completely false. And this happens because it's not actually thinking. It's just predicting the next most likely word in a sentence. It's a probability engine, not a truth engine. Your job is to be the truth engine.
So, why go through all this trouble? Why learn to master prompting and iteration and management? Because the payoff here isn't just some small improvement in your workflow. It is genuinely transformative.
We are talking about the promise of turning an 8-hour workday into a 2-hour workday. I mean, that is the incredible level of productivity that's on the table here. This is about fundamentally changing the way you work.
And this really is the core mindset shift. You stop being the person who does all the tedious, repetitive work. Instead, you become the manager who directs the AI's efforts and the editor who refines and perfects the final product. You become the strategist.
So really, the only question left is this. Now that you have the skills to build and manage a team of powerful AI assistants, what problems are you going to solve? What are you going to create? The possibilities, well, they're just getting started.